hello again. I guess you can call me Fluff again. Today I'm gonna be continuing the thing about my OCs, my own characters. Talking about them, the other time my memory died, and then I went into a rage with this guy called Rex. He hates me for some reason, calls me names. The next someone thinks I'm from a gang in one of the comments. But that's fine. I'm not gonna let that bother me. I have a bit of a sore throat today. I'll get better soon. And yes, in case you're wondering, yes, I did build this thing in the sky, but it's like heaven. But anyway. So about Snow, my cheetah. Yeah, she escaped from captivity, and let me see what happened next here. I wrote a book about her. Then she found a key for some reason that was hanging on a branch. In case you did not see my other video, and then go check it out because I explain more about my own characters, like the other ones that I've created. But anyways, so she escaped, and then she fell asleep, and for some reason she found this house, like a house in the woods, like a little cabin, but it wasn't really a cabin. I don't know. If you play Wildcraft, you'll know what I'm saying. It's a house that's available. And she got hungry, she ate a rabbit, and she went back to sleep. Let me tell you something. Before, I used to be horrible with drawing like cheetah hands, or like hands for animals. Like, I used to be terrible at it. And the limbs as well. It did not work correctly, like for my character. But now it works, don't worry. Proud of how it is now. So she felt lonely the next day. She woke up and she found a little cheetah. Not little, but it was like a male cheetah. That's like at stage 5 that you find a mate in the game. And then she told him that she actually liked him and that she fell in love. That's how I wrote it in my book. It's childish, yes, I know. I'm sorry. But he said with a Y and a D at the end. Oh my god, my grammar was horrible back then. That he knows she's trying to date him. Ooh, and that she wanted, and if she wanted to, she needed to fight him, but in a nice way. Which it's not in a nice way in the game. In the game, you need to aggressively fight your mate until he's like at 30 health or something like that. Oh god, I hope the tornado doesn't spawn. Otherwise, I'll be blown away from this heaven area that I've created. But then she's like, no. She disagreed and she said, I don't know why I wrote it right this time, said that she wanted to do a competition of whoever gets the most food wins. And that if she won, he needs to date her. And he agreed because it's magical. And then she ended up winning the competition and she dated him. And the next day they woke up again. Then they traveled to a farm, found some eggs to eat. Then she went inside of a house, and then there was a cheetah carpet because I decided to. Then she started running out of the house, and for some reason I'm like, oh, I want to add pets into this game, just like in Wildcraft, yay. And then I made it so she would find this abandoned chicken dog, but then I decided it was too much work to just keep on drawing them over and over again. She ended up picking them up on the back, and then Blizzard, who was the husband, came running towards her, so she never actually had the little pets. I was trying... Oh, lightning strike. So I was trying to make it work. So she became pregnant, and then he needed to catch her food because she was completely slow. Before in the game, they used to be so slow because it's like... What was that? I don't know. In the game before, you used to be really slow when you're pregnant if you were a girl. And you can only have one child at a time. So I made her had 3 because magic. A few months later, became pregnant. She gave birth to 3 children. 3 cute babies were born, 2 males and 1 female. The female was named Snowflake, and the 2 males were named Thunder and Tiny. Tiny was like the smallest, and then the wolf came. He growled at the 5 cheetahs. If I counted that right, I'm not sure. I think I did. Yeah, I did. And then she tried warning them, and then my design changed for some reason. And then the limbs bending wrong again. But sadly, Tiny was too slow. Tiny did not survive the wolf attack. And then it's like, Snow saw it happening and got mad. Ooh, what a friendly way to say that. And then I drew like a very angry cheetah face with like red eyes, but you know, it's horrible. And then the snout was like kind of like droopy, so then I've like, no, first like the snout was like too big when I looked back at it like a year later. I could fix that. And then I just fixed it. That was before I drew differently the cheetahs. And then side drew kind of droopy by accident. And then anyways, Snow's dark side took over. This isn't really, she just became really, in a way, mad because the wolf killed her child. She attacked the wolf, ripped his guts out. Blood went everywhere. And I just kind of like drew like just tiny bit of blood, and I'm like, this isn't good enough. Like 1 year later, I'm like, this isn't good enough. This is disgusting. I said like blood went everywhere, and there's barely any blood. So then I just like aggressively colored over the gray wolf skin for it to be like dripping blood, and it looks very graphic. Even though it's a kid's drawing, oh my god, this looks graphic. Her legs are tiny and her arms are huge in this drawing. The family watched from far away. Then the wolf just died. And then I drew like a very weird version of Snow. Snow is exhausted. And then she realized after all of that she was covered in blood. Because, creativity. And then she told her family not to be scared, even though her family was freaking out. Because what just happened. I'm skipping a few pages because it's like, she went to the lake and started cleaning herself. And she went to bed after that. Like, she would sleep in the human bed. Like, she's huge. Oh my god, she's huge. She takes up like almost half of the bed. And then the rest of the family is just there. Sorry, I'm just going to be checking out a little bit for memory because, if the memory runs out, I'm sorry, and then I'll just post a part 3 if that happens. My fingers are not responding to the phone, so I need to keep on tapping, and then I'm trying to, like, turn it, and then it won't turn. Here, let's keep on turning it until it stops. And then, oh, it stopped, see? My fingers aren't responding. Oh, God. I don't know if my hands are sweaty or what's happening. Anyways, she fell asleep after a few minutes, but then Tiny, the ghost of Tiny, came and started tapping on her bed. And then he started, oh no. And then he started like, oh no, I can't. Hold up, I can lie down. Oh yes, I forgot about that. You don't get sucked away by the tornado if you lie down. I need to make it to the food. What? It went away? That was like the shortest tornado I've ever seen. Maybe it was just here like a few minutes ago. I don't know. Anyway, so he started growling at her and she like got freaked out. And a very ugly cheetah face just looking at the sides like panicking. And my instincts, if I were the cheetah at that time, I'd just jump and like start bolting out of the house. Because who wants to see a child of your dead son? That would be terrifying. I understand some people like had losses and they want to see them, but if you actually saw him tapping on your bed and staring at you with the white eyes glowing in the dark, what would you do? Would you freak out, or would you say, "Hey son, you're back"? Like, it's logic, right? Anyways, Snow went back to sleep after that. Right, and then my drawing skills changed again. The limbs were still stupid, like just bending outwards. You know how humans have elbows, right? And then like if you were to hold something like a box, like from the bottom of the box, your elbows are pointing down, right, and not up. Well, I used to draw them like up for the cheetahs. It looks so weird. So their arms are still stupid at this point, but I changed their legs because it looks horrible, their legs at first. So the next day, she walked out of her home and saw footprints. Then, for some reason, she was like, it's too small to be blizzards or snowflakes or thunders. And then when I said or thunders, I just changed again my drawing skills completely. And then I changed again after that page, and then it says, then it must be tiny. And I just, like, oh my god. I tried to make it intense, and then this one was like a few days later that I drew this, so it's like a it's like amazingly drawn cheetah running. And then that's it. I'll tell you more next time because my memory's dying already. Alright, see you guys later, and goodbye.